Good morning. This is Ben Wopit. I am announcing for your pleasure today the North Hudson Pepperfest Parade for 2010. Co-hosting me this morning is Cindy St. Ors, who provides the color and the history as a former resident of North Hudson. We're very pleased to be here with you this morning. It's a cloudy, overcast day, but we have a wonderful crowd, and we don't have any problems with the sun this morning, Cindy.
No, we don't. And welcome, Ben. It's always a pleasure to host this with you every year so far.
Okay, we have the American Legion Post 50, the VFW Post 2115 moving by us right now at the flag. They'll be stopping before the intersection to play the the national anthem, I'm sure.
Yes.
You can hear the music in the background. There they have paused.
Great to see them out to lead the parade every year. That's always very, very
A
nice.
very nice crowd now, all standing for the national anthem.
Hey, Ben, that's always a nice kickoff.
It's
the start of the
and a very
parade.
meaningful thing, especially since we're still involved in two wars,
Yes.
Afghanistan and Iraq, very prolonged. And we have another unit which will be following us, which also is in uniform and with flags.
I think they're
It's a great pleasure again to have the local community TV bringing us a telecast of the 2010 parade. A very nice service for those who cannot get out here and join us. And there are crowds along both sides of the street.
right.
And I noticed as I came down Michelson, there were people set up in all of the yards and driveways along Michelson.
Yes.
Here we have the unit that depicts the Civil War. Civil War flags, Civil War uniforms, and a lady that is leading them that is in Civil War costume.
Yes.
I like the hats back in those days.
I'm especially a
They're
little
probably
fond of
not
the
as safe
feathers.
as the Kevlar ones that we have these
No,
days.
no.
Here we have the local post from St. Croix County with the engine 1485. This is the one that dates from the First World War, and the 48 on the side on the door indicates the loading arrangements for horses and men in a railroad car.
I think there's still the same men in it as there were last year.
Probably the same ones from World War I.
Yeah, yeah.
Here comes another unit with the flag.
Oh, this is the new, what
This
is
is
this?
a
The
New Richmond unit.
Richmond Ambulance and Rescue with some St. Croix EMS in the back. I saw the gentleman right there with the patch. So we must have a few from different places.
It's very nice to see the young ladies next to us stand up for all of the flags.
Mm-hmm.
All three units.
Mm-hmm.
Patriotism isn't dead with our young.
Well, we
Yes.
always have a good place to sit, don't we, Ben,
Yes,
for
we
the
do.
parade here?
Here comes the EMS unit, the first of many, I'm sure, from Hudson, Wisconsin. Very important service, a very professional group of people.
Oh, we have the
And they're followed
Explorers.
by the EMS Explorers. The first unit throwing candy to the crowd.
Well, the kids will like that. Start them off.
And I see they're advertising. Join them on Facebook. I think everybody's on Facebook.
On
these
Facebook,
days.
yeah. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, but I'm trying to get off. I don't have time for Facebook.
I know.
Well, here I see 1, 2,
I was gonna
3,
say.
4, at least 4 more units from EMS.
Boy, we sure couldn't be without them, could we?
Well, it's great reassurance that we
Yeah.
have this sort of service available.
Very much.
Highly trained professionals, also local citizens.
Yes.
That's a large unit. This van is carrying the dog.
I was going to say, it's got a free ride.
Yes. Looking out the window, he's got the window open, so he's enjoying the air. Humid as it is today.
Oh,
No sun, but very humid.
yeah. And we're liking that, though.
We have another unit here that participates in rescue. This is the
Yeah.
Hudson Police Rescue Vessel,
Yes.
which would be on the St. Croix River, which is a very active group at this time of the year.
We've seen them sometimes do some practice when we were walking the dike to do, practice drills. It's pretty,
There was something in the
Pretty
paper
nice.
just this last week, I believe, about a exercise that they conducted down on the river.
it's interesting to watch them.
Well, we'll have some noise here for a while with the Hudson Fire Department. Here is the first of several engines, and they're going to be joined then by the St. Joseph Township Fire Department also. So you'll be hearing a lot of noise here from
Noise.
fire engines in the next few units.
I don't even know how many we have anymore.
Well, this is a ladder truck which they purchased
Oh.
a number of years ago that's approaching the cameras right now. As I remember, they had quite a fundraising drive to acquire this piece of equipment.
That's right.
I think it was like almost $500,000 back when they purchased maybe 8 or 10 years ago.
Oh, we still have buildings in downtown Hudson that need that ladder.
The young man in the window with a helmet on, looks like he's a junior
I was just
fireman.
going to say, I think he looks like he's someone that wants to be a fireman.
Someday maybe riding on it.
Probably.
Here's one of the little pumper units that they use for brush fires, which is something that we see a lot in the dry springs and late falls.
Oh, we got a little guy in that one.
A very little guy.
Oh my, I didn't remember us having that many units.
That was brush unit 7. Now we're seeing
Gee.
brush unit 8.
Wow.
Did you ever have any involvement with the
Oh.
Hudson Fire Department? Your
Well, no, just my brother-in-law.
I think that unit announced itself very well.
St. Joe's.
There's St. Joseph's vehicle.
That's what they were.
St. Joseph's, of course, has multiple vehicles too, and they are looking at expanding their garage because as the community expands, so does their
Yeah.
need for increased fire service.
It's growing. Oh, got some clowns in that one.
Yes, they note they've been serving here since 1964. And here's their brush unit
Wow.
number 2.
Boy, they have a nice looking fire truck as well. Big. And they've sure been helpful when we've needed them to come in.
Well, that's one of the things that kind of is a group activity. Anytime that you have the fire, all the communities join in.
Okay.
Here we have the Grand Marshal, Shirley and Norm Reeder, who've been residents of the North Hudson community for 34 years. Been involved in Pepperfest, I think, since 1976, 77. So they are well deserving of being Grand Marshal.
Yeah. On our
They are followed by our good neighbor, Bernie and Joe Lashinsky. The Lashinskys are originally from the Winnipeg, Manitoba area, but they've been involved with the Pepperfest for at least the past 10 years working the beer garden.
I love their attire they've got going there.
I like the bush hat he's got.
Yeah.
Here we have the North Hudson president, village president, George Klein, and he is accompanied by City of Hudson's City Council president, Lori Bernard. Typically, I think the Mayor Dean Knutson would be riding with George Klein, but since he's a candidate for this year for the legislature, I'm assuming we're going to see him as a separate entrance in the parade.
I did see him over at the breakfast this morning.
You did?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. So I'm assuming he'll be coming through.
Did you participate in the breakfast also?
No, I just walked over there.
Oh, nothing. No free bagels.
I didn't
then?
have breakfast. No, I didn't. They had a nice brunch over there. That's always done so well by the parents and the committees for the the incoming royalty from all the different cities, and they really do a nice job. Hard work, the ladies and a lot of the men put a lot of work into
I think
it.
that's one of the characteristics of the North Hudson Pepper Festival is that they do reach out to all of the other communities around, try to make sure they have a good time, and the Queen's Breakfast, the royalty breakfast, I should say, is a major part of that.
Well, as you know, Ben, we've got the 2010 Pepperfest royalty, and I'm a bit partial to it being Nathan Sainors, the Pepperfest king, is our eldest son, mine and Tim's.
Yes,
eldest
you do have
son.
a real investment there.
Yeah, we do, and what's fun, it's like it did full circle being my grandpa Frank Ritchie was the Pepper King in 1956-57.
Well, Nathan's getting a lot of exercise jumping up and down.
Loving it. And he's accompanied by Courtney Cobb is the queen, Princess Jess Dornfield and Amber Hargesheimers are the princesses. And now comes the family royalty that follows behind that's done a lot of work throughout the year with, going all over with the Pepperfest court. And that's Heidi Sainors, Lori Cobb and Steve Willett, Greg and Lisa Dornfeld, Jack and Tracy Hargesheimer.
And I see they bill themselves as the pit crew, and they are critical support for the royalty.
They are.
Because of the 25, 30 or so parades that they do every year, the families get involved in all of that.
And Tim and I have gone to a few of them, and it's a lot of fun. And they're having a great time. It's been a wonderful year.
Well, that's great. Here is the 2009 Pepperfest royalty with 2009 King Don Buzard and the 2009 Queen Paige Kazak, the Princess Alyssa Yingst, and 2009 Princess Erin Hansen.
Yeah.
They have a rather different float than what they're used to riding in Pepperfest.
Yeah.
But that is got some vintage on it. That's a Glastron boat with an old Evinrude motor that you don't see that kind of insignia on an Evinrude anymore.
No.
I don't know if that's Mr. Buzard's personal boat or one of the other
I don't
members.
know.
But the 2010 royalty is getting a nice welcome down at the judges' stand and at the crowd that's gathered around the intersection.
Yeah, they've been fortunate to win a lot of awards throughout the year at different places. They really have. But, it's a lot of work for all the different, years. The parents put in a lot of work, trying to theme the floats, and it's a lot of work. But
Can you run through some of the awards that they won? Or are you
Well, they just won. The last one I was at was Red Wing, and they did win the called the Royalty float. But I don't know. I know they have a lot of trophies.
I know one of the things that seems to be different than it was 20 years ago is that they changed the float to be the theme of the parade that they're appearing at.
Yes, they do. So it's a lot of work.
Here we have inching by us the American Red Cross Disaster Relief. They, of course, are the organization that gets involved whenever you have a flood or tornado or any disaster, not only nationally but internationally. So they're deeply involved in places like Haiti during the earthquake.
Yes. And what now coming through is the Hudson Dance Academy, and of course they offer dance classes that professional teaching staff that works for them, then have experience of 25 years, and they're letting us know that they have registration started for their fall classes. Now we have the group of dancers coming through right now. How fun.
The large group.
Hey, we used to do that when we were young. I love it. Look at that.
And behind them, approaching the cameras, is the Hudson Hockey Association. And looks like the vehicle that's pulling that is by the president of the Hudson Hockey Association, Adam Danielson. The association is currently the largest hockey association in the state of Wisconsin. And they offer opportunities for children from the ages of 4 to 9 to begin skating in a program that they call Jump Start. And then they run programs for boys and girls from the age of 4 to 19. They're going to have an annual pig roast on the 18th of September up at the Hockey Association's arena. And that'll include games, bake sale, a DJ, and all activities are up at the arena, and everyone's invited to attend. And looks like they're handing out popsicle sticks.
I like the side on their float. Chicks with sticks. Whoa. Oh, we've got our drum
these
line.
are the Cracker Jacks.
Yep.
Cracker Jacks who always make a lot of noise, and the crowd appreciates them a lot.
Oh, they love them. They're so much fun.
Here we have our first visiting royalty, which is the Hopkins Raspberry Festival. And the Hudson Raspberry Festival has Queen Paige Bolger and Princesses Jessica Hyde and Brittany Palm. This is always a very interesting float.
Yes.
Beautiful float.
You know, they always have that same, colors of Pepperfest, so it's always, that green and red is always so pretty. And they just had their festival in July, just the end of July. Now, the next one is the Cumberland Royalty. They've got a new float this year. I almost didn't recognize it. And of course, they're
kind of looks like a old community street scene.
Miss Cumberland, their royal court is Tajana Moe, Marissa Whitman, and junior prince are Destiny and Shannon.
The junior princess and prince must be hiding because
I don't know. They're missing. We got. I think they're a little short of their court for this parade.
This is the festival that normally follows right after the North Hudson
Pepper
Festival. It's called Rutabaga Day.
Yep, and that's the one we always go to.
Yep.
Just because I've got so much family still up in Cumberland. That's a fun one too to be at.
I have been there in a number of years eating.
What do
pepper.
we got?
Go
ahead.
First queen candidate is Jennifer Johnson, and Jennifer Johnson
It's right here. Here you go, Dad.
is sponsored by Hudson Chrysler Jeep Dodge, and her parents are Lori and Todd Johnson.
And then we have another of our candidates coming through is Mackenzie Yangst, and she's sponsored by the Hudson Flower Shop, and her parents are Michelle and Jim Yangst.
Following them, we have a commercial float. This is the Riverbank float. Riverbank, of course, has a establishment in North Hudson on the north end of the community. And they are very deeply involved in Pepperfest every year. They have a lot of events at the bank. You can come in and enjoy some drinks and some food.
Did you get up there for any of it yesterday?
I did not this year.
No, I didn't either. But there were a lot of people there when I was coming out of the dentist office.
They're throwing out these frisbees that are
sort
of hollow frisbees. I'm not quite sure what they
I
call
know.
them.
You can put them on your head for a crown. I don't know.
Okay.
What looks like the next one we have is My sister's garden, I think. No, no, no. Excuse me. It's the
Well,
Willow River
I think that they've
Landscaping.
joined now. My sister's garden is located at Willow River. They have moved.
Oh, that's right. It did. You're right.
They
on
spent
the
a lot of
Kelly
years
farm.
here in North Hudson, and now they've moved out to County Road 12 and Kelly Farm, County Road.
Wow. So does that mean they're not doing anything up there any longer, or
I would suspect not.
they've put oh, that was always so convenient.
That was the business that was started by former Chief Rich Jansen, is it not?
Yes, yes. It just always was fun to go up there.
My wife used to do a lot of shopping
Right.
there.
I remember that. Rich put a lot of time and hard work into that.
They're followed by the Midwestern Center for Movement, which is a martial arts and wellness training facility in the St. Croix Valley. And you see a very buff-looking gentleman out front and a lot of young kids behind him that are students, I assume. They have 4 different programs, and each one is taught by an expert in that particular area. And they also offer group fun fitness exercises such as yoga and RKC kettlebells.
Oh yeah, kettlebells.
They also have meditation, nutrition, and chiropractic care as part of their
Kettlebells.
practice.
I took a yoga class a year ago. That's
Are
hard.
you staying with it?
No, I haven't gone back. It's hard, but it's good. I mean, there really is calming, and I should start
Well, I'm
it
not
again.
sure that I can use you as a testimony then for the program if you
No,
dropped out.
no, it was my choice. It wasn't that, and it wasn't through them. It
You got
yeah.
twisted like a pretzel and decided you
Yeah, I
couldn't
was
do-
going to say, I'm not like that anymore. Next, we have the Osceola royalty coming through, and their festival is September 10th, 11th, and 12th. Miss Osceola is Nicole Peck with First Princess Allie Streese, and Second Princess Emily Nelson. And they have little princesses Abigail Stenner, Madison Link, and Rebecca Wallner.
And they are followed by another community about 30 miles from North Hudson in Spring Valley, Wisconsin. They celebrate Dam Days, and they do that September 17th to the 19th this year. And their royalty is Queen Allie Klug, Princess Celia Vaness, Junior Princess Cassie Quinn, and Junior Princess Jordan Snyder.
So it's interesting how many festivals happen in September, isn't it?
It
You know,
is.
We always think of it being the first part of the year.
It's kind of a nice time of the year to have a festival.
Yeah, yeah,
Beautiful fall weather.
absolutely. What we got going here now? It's
Well, this
hard
is
to
a
tell. It just says happy hour, 3 to
happy hour,
6
3
and
to
9
6
to
tonight.
12. Oh, at the Green Mill.
Oh, okay, that is.
Green Mill Restaurant. They've got their little.
And the Green Mill, of course, is located up on Gateway Court in Hudson, up on the hill.
Oh,
And they are followed by the Richfield float. City of Richfield celebrates its ceremony on the 4th of July. They have a carnival street dance, a family night with an apple pie eating contest.
Oh,
I
that
find that
sounds
to be
good.
very interesting. And they have ambassadors as Virginia Sanchez, Shay Lee Bartle, and Aaron Jones, and Baza Haile Selassie.
then
That's an interesting name.
I know it.
Haile Selassie was the
Sel-
president or the emperor
Of
of Kenya, I think it was,
I
years
think
and years
you're
ago.
right. Then we have Miss Minnesota Senior Mary Lou Phipps coming through next. And what we got? Oh, followed by the Red Canyon, Red
Assisted
Cedar
living?
Canyon Assisted Living. And of course, they tell you that their main goal at their facility is privacy, freedom, comfort, and safety.
They are riding in a huge Pontiac boat. You don't see station wagons like that anymore
No.
these days.
No.
I don't know if garages would
Oh my
accommodate it anymore
gosh.
these days.
Wow. That's pretty fun.
They have a second unit following them also
Yeah.
from Red Cedar Canyon Assisted Living.
That's nice, and to see their occupants riding in the parade.
Oakdale is.
Pardon?
Oakdale Royalty, what unit they are, do you know?
Which royalty?
Oakdale?
Oakdale?
We got a little lull in the parade here right now.
85.
Today after
And they're on what right now?
Today
We're
after
right
the
now on
parade, the
25.
food booths, of course, have been open. They start at noon with carnival rides
Okay.
in the beer garden. And I see are you going to be at the pepper eating contest, Ben?
I am retired. I have not been
Ah.
called out of retirement.
Not called out in retirement yet. And if you were called out, would you think you would go for it again?
I'd have to think about it. I don't think my stomach is as good as
I
it
was
used to
going to say, no. I might be full-blooded Italian, but I can't do that. Cannot do that.
be. Oh, I did it for years. It was a free meal.
Yeah, no.
Well, we have here now the Bridge for Youth with Disabilities approaching. They're a nonprofit organization that provides programming for youth and adults with disabilities. They offer day programming as well as social and recreational activities. And they collaborate with school, county, and community service agencies.
Yes, it's great.
And they indicate that they have been growing by leaps and bounds.
Yep. And they have the Claiborne House down on Front Street,
do? Okay.
down by the sewage plant that helps the young adults and with social skills and just occupational.
Okay. Did you mention who the bands are for this coming evening?
Tonight, Uncle Chunk is playing tonight, and
He's
last
sponsored
night-
by Village Inn.
yes, and last night I don't know if you made it down to down here for Saving Stars, and Agave Kitchen had sponsored them.
Here we have the Float for Crowning Achievements. They're a pageant and mentoring program for men and women over 16 with special needs.
Yes.
They have a fun event every month and fundraisers. And their pageant will be held October 16th this year, and everybody is welcome to attend.
And we have Amanda Lorenz, who's the little royalty for Crowning Achievements.
And she'd be in the red convertible Fairlane.
yeah.
We also have Princess Anna Boyd and Princess Aston Jackson.
Right, right.
So we have the Uncle Chunk tonight and
Yeah.
the Dweebs tomorrow
Oh
night.
yeah, they're both. All the bands they've hired this year to play have been a great selection. Great, good job. Now
Here
what
we
do-
have Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning, and they're sponsoring the Powder Puff Club, who's making people very happy by throwing out a little souvenir.
I have one of those bags. It's really nice for breast cancer with the pink, and it's nice. Oh, now the Powder Puff Clown Club.
And they're part of the Anderson Heating unit.
That I see. I'm kind of a little bit confused on.
Is Anderson Heating from Hudson?
I believe they are.
Okay. I haven't needed services for a
No.
while, so thank God. Here's a guy that I think has it really good. He gets to sit in a bathtub and be powered down the street.
I
And
think
it's-
it's a lady, Ben.
Yep, okay.
Yes.
And he
I
has a
think they're all-
SpongeBob sponge to do his bath with.
How fun. When can you act silly and nobody knows who you are?
Yep.
That's the place to be.
It's a very cheerful group. Look at that
Yep.
hairdo on that one. Wow.
I know, stay young, be a clown.
It's a rainbow.
They go to a lot of the hospitals in St. Paul and Minneapolis for the
Yeah,
young
they are out of
children.
St. Paul.
Yeah, it's really a nice organization. Well, what do we have? A little bit of Dixieland pickup band? Oh, how fun is that?
It's the Dixieland Pickup
Yeah.
Band. providing a little music for the crowd.
Yeah.
When the clan goes bolting, tomorrow night after dark comes Strutter's Ball.
Great music. Great
Yeah.
music.
And it makes you think of New Orleans. Holland.
Yeah. That's a place I haven't been in a long time.
I haven't
Or-
been there probably since about 2 or 3 years before Katrina, and I would expect it much
yeah,
different now.
Yes, that would be with us too. What do
This
we?
is a unit coming from the Emmanuel Lutheran Church, and it's their preschool advertising for Joyful Noise.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Wells. They, of course, have been in Hudson for a long time. They're handing out water. among other things.
I think that must be fairly new, having a preschool at the Emmanuel Lutheran Church.
They've got quite a group.
Uh-huh.
Gray beards and very young children.
Mm-hmm. Well, what else is going on today, Ben?
Well, I want to recognize some of the people who have been working in 2010 as chairpersons. It's a lot of work putting on a festival. Scott Sipple has worked for the bands, beer gardens, of course, for Bernie and Joe Lashinsky, who was here at the Good Neighbors. And the bingo is the Hudson Hockey Association and Dan Barber. Taking care of the Queen candidates are Rita Nichols and Michelle Ortner. The Carnival and Carnival tickets are Dan Barber again. Dan, of course, is president of the North Hudson Pepper Festival and very busy gentleman.
Yes.
Concessions are Dan Barber and the Hudson Area Senior Center with Carol, Donna, Kelly, and Gay. Coronation is Tammy Johnson and Michelle Nelson. Finances, Critical, which is Sheriff Vanda Sandy. The food booth is Anita Stillwell, and the preparation of the food is by the North Hudson Elementary Parents and Teachers Group. Food purchasing by Anita Stillwell, and the food servers are North Hudson Elementary PTC, Destination Imagination, the Knights of Columbus. We'll get to the rest of them a little later.
Speaking about Destination Imagination, that's cars coming through with the groups that have participated in the Hudson School District Destination Imagination right now. Look at
They have
the
been
things,
very active over the years and very successful.
and look what the things they make, and they have quite the imaginations.
Okay, I'm going to name a couple more groups. Taking care of the North Gate are Troop 213 of the Boy Scouts, and the South Gate is being covered by Troop 168 of the Boy Scouts, and they also do the grounds cleanup, which is a big project every morning, bright and early. The pepper eating and hot pepper eating, the hot pepper eating and spaghetti eating contests are Colleen Como, Michelle Nelson, and Sue Dom. Foot races are Scott Sipple and the Hudson Swim Team.
Okay, we
Kid
got.
Doll and Pet Parade is Cheryl Solberg and Anita Stillwell.
I see coming through now is the Osceola royalty, and we've got Queen Jenna Henricks, Princess Dana June, and looks like they call it their Lake Martha Days is what their fun.
Yeah, Osceola has the
festival
Lake
is.
Martha Days. I'm not
Yeah.
sure when it is. But
What's said Father's Day weekend is when that is. Oh, we got Klondike Kate's coming through.
well, I'm furiously looking for Klondike Kate, and I've got her. There are
Boy,
9 active members. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this float.
yeah, all
They're
new and old.
they appear about 15 parades during the summer and over 100 during the year.
And remember, we have our 2009 from North Hudson. That's sitting on the top is Darcy Strutt. So that
These
was,
ladies can sing.
and it was fun because we had another North Hudson person that is part of the Klondike Kate.
The great tie between North
Oh.
Hudson and the Winter Carnival.
Isn't that fun? Yeah.
Going back to the chairmanship and sponsor groups, the sponsorships are by Sheriff Vanda Sandy, the Pepper Fest Cooking Contest, Cheryl Solberg and Nita Stillwell, Physical Facilities, Ryan Copeland, Wally Gregerson, Scott Sipple, Programs, Holly Steele and Michelle Nelson, Publicity, Holly Steele, Purchasing, Holly Steele and Tammy Johnson, Royalty Brunch, Tammy Johnson and Jill Germain, Royalty Coordinator, Becky Lixith, talent show, Mary Gregerson, and the ticket booth, Loretta Cody.
All right. Next coming through is,
Mentioned Wally Gregerson there. I think Wally's been doing these
I
things
know,
for probably every year that it's been in operation.
he sure has. Next we've got the Amory Float, City of Lakes. Miss Amory is Lawrence Soleil, and she's with her Princess Ashley Schneider, Lindsay Everson, Haley Olson, Taylor Schaefer is Miss Congeniality, and Miss Amory is Lily Streck. Unfortunately, our lineup is a bit out of order for what we're showing here today. We're kind of scrambling. Bear with us here.
Yeah, I think that we'll just look at
I
the
think
floats
we're going to have to.
and wing it from the float.
Yes. So I said, bear with us.
Well, we have the Fall Festival coming up here, and that is going to be the first weekend in October with a huge pig roast. And RJ Meats is sponsoring this particular float.
Oh, St. Pat's. I couldn't see who was.
Well, St. Patrick's is part of this, and RJ Meats, of course.
Right.
RJ's been deeply involved with church activities for a long time. And we got some music here from the youth.
That's a nice festival. I wonder. Oh, the name of the band is Mr. Knight. They're good.
2 guitars, drums, and a keyboard. Here we have Queen candidate Brooke
Dirks.
Brooke Dirks.
And Brooke is sponsored by Knoke's Chocolates, and her parents are Carrie and Jamie Dirks.
And she is followed by Queen candidate Hayden Campbell, who's sponsored by the Village Society of North Hudson, and her parents are Deb and Steve Campbell.
Yep. Okay. Oh, look we've got another one coming through right away. We've got them right lined up, and it's Caitlin Wilcox, and she's sponsored by Alwyn's Trucking Company, and they've got her on one of their tow trucks. Her parents are Terry Wilcox and Jeff Badman. That's a cute little get up there.
Here's a gentleman in a cage, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think it's Cozy Corner, and it is the Kirk Nelson that is in the cage, and they indicated they had a fierce competition.
Here it is right here.
And he was elected North Hudson Man of the Year, and as a reward, he gets to ride in the parade and have people throw things at him.
Oh, it was because they had a competition to be the North Hudson Man of the Year.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. And it was between Kirk and Sam Cameron.
And I wonder if there even is a Sam Cameron.
Yes, there is.
Oh,
yeah, there is a Sam Cameron. But not a Dr. Sam Cameron. A computation.
I think it's competition.
I know it is. Oh, no, he's getting thrown. Look at him. They're just throwing water balloons at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's not a setup, that they had these people in the crowd with water balloons.
And, you know, Kirk Nelson's parents own Cozy Corner.
Yes. Yes, that would be
Scott
Nelson.
Yes. I don't know if you said that. I may be repeating myself.
I did not. That was very nice of you to bring that up.
And, you know, while we're waiting, like, we want to recognize Seasons Tavern for always letting us sit here and do our announcing.
Yes, Seasons have been very kind to us, and they provided the water.
Yep, they do.
Everything was appreciated.
They take good care of us. Okay, now.
I think I am hopelessly out of order with the parade
Yeah,
here.
it's the Hudson Raiders dance team coming up next.
Yes, and they're a very active group also, and they've won a lot of awards.
They sure have. That's good work.
Very attractive group of ladies. There must be about 20 or so.
And then you have all the instructors that are sitting on top there watching their girls. They want them to dance.
Yes. I can do a little performance right here for the cameras. So St. Croix Valley Community TV, here's your performance.
There they go. They look good.
Yeah. Doing the high kick. A very neat dance for the camera. We're getting
they're all
some
staying together
front row
nicely.
entertainment here.
I should be down by the judges, I think, a little more, though, unfortunately.
Well, I expect that they'll probably be doing it again
I'm
down by the
hoping.
judges.
They're very nice.
But we're very happy that
Very
they
good.
did that for us and for our cameras.
Good job. I hope they do stop again there. Sometimes they're misleaded, think we're the judges, not.
Well, now we have the LMMLC royalty, which is Prince Matthew and Princess Bernie.
Oh, how cute is that?
And this is the Learning Minds Learning Center,
Yep.
or Little Minds Learning
Little
Center.
Minds, yeah.
They have opened their doors on September 8th, 2008, and they are a full-service child development center serving children ages 6 weeks to 6 years.
Okay, it's hard to see what's.
Well, it looks like we have a
What's-
4-H unit
4-H.
approaching. Not quite sure what the order is. They're number 36 on our parade list of about 120 units.
Yeah, a little
So
more
we're getting
than
about
that.
a third of the way through the parade. This is always a very large parade, and we have an awful lot of communities in the surrounding area in Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota that come to join us.
Well, so 4-H, they have their royalty, or they call them their ambassadors. Shayna Nabelfeld, Heidi Feiereisen, Valerie Wells, and Krista Fisher. Now it's the
And they are followed by a unit from the Giggle Factory, which is pulled by a vehicle that has license plate Giggle 1. And they are located up in the St. Croix Business Park on Hanley Road. They have an indoor playground, a toddler area, coffee shop and cafe. They have birthday parties and private rentals for any family who might want to have a birthday celebration and have a place to go.
So then comes the Centuria Memorial, or Memory Days. Well, that sounds like so much I can remember. And their Miss Centurias, Brittany Bublitz, Princess Sam Palmquist, and Little Miss Danielle Kelch. And they're, I'm trying to see if I can tell when their festival is, but it doesn't show. Oh, and Autumn Peterson as well is one of the princesses.
And they're followed by another unit from a royalty unit from Roberts, Wisconsin.
Oh boy.
And Roberts, Wisconsin has as a Miss Roberts and Miss Congeniality, she holds both titles, Kim Friedrich, Miss Junior Miss Maddie Mussel, Miss Congeniality, Corrine Nelson, Princess Jordan Reisberg, Princess Emily Sirik, and Princess Haley Ray.
And then comes the Village Inn truck, and they're announcing their 5-year anniversary for their Fall Fest this year, which is September 25th on Saturday. That's a lot of fun. We've been for that. Live music, the White Sidewalls play, and then they have chicken, tons of food.
And the Village of Turtle Lake is our next float. And they have 6 different girls that are located on here. They have a Princess Victoria Jansen and Lily Hacken, a Little Miss Junior Lake, Savannah Strenke, Princess Tori Wright and Dylan Hayes, and Queen Markela Longseth. The Queen of the Lake and Snows.
Yep. Turtle Lake.
I like the big peppers hanging from the top of the float.
Yeah, see, they tried to theme it somewhat. Then we've got coming through on our camera next is River Falls, the Royal Ambassadors. And the gals are Chrissy Splitgerber, I'm probably Splitgerber, Kelsey Nassau, Sierra Thel, and Lisa Humphrey. Well, they've got the scarves on, Pepperfest scarves around their heads.
Yep, and we have following them the recycled unit from North Hudson Pepperfest, now having all of the support team, the parents, the brothers and sisters, and all of those who put in so much time to make it a successful year for the Pepper Festival.
Our 2010. My daughter-in-law's on that one, and unfortunately, my granddaughter's out of town and couldn't be here for it.
Bad.
They're
Having a good time.
They're going to get on that float some way for one last time.
And there is a little child up there that must be about 2.
Yep.
Being held by his father. I'm wondering how he's taking all of this.
Well, Dad's like, okay, fine. My daughter-in-law looks like she's about ready to pass out. Okay, Heidi, go. She's so...
Look at that float bounce. They're really making that thing hot. Well, we have next probably one of the most popular units in the entire parade every year, as they are in all of the parades that they attend, which is about 22 a year, I guess, in western Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota, and that is the Zoar Shriners Roadrunners.
I just saw them at the Red Wing Parade. They're all over the place, too.
And they do this to raise money for Shrine Hospitals. In over 47 years, they have raised over $500,000 just with their football game, which is sponsoring the East-West game, which is going to be held October 2nd of this year at the University of Wisconsin in River Falls.
Boy, Shriners have been around for years, haven't they? And it's
I'm always checking to see if there's anybody on one of these Roadrunners that is under 50 years of age.
I was going to say, I think they've been, as long as you and I have been emceeing this, they're still, I think, the same gentlemen that are riding that thing.
I'm going to up that. I don't think it's under 50 years of age. It may be none under 60 years of age.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right.
That means they're well experienced.
Yes.
Check this guy.
I don't know. Could you do it? Could you do that?
Well, I have one eye now, so I probably wouldn't be very successful. They'd have to make me an outrider.
Oh.
They're also a very patriotic unit. Every go-kart is flying an American flag.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. I love it.
I love their leather racing gloves.
I know. Well, they
really work the crowd.
Yeah, they love them.
Well, I see 2 optimists in that group, 2 of them wearing sunglasses. Maybe the sun will come out.
Maybe. Zoar Roadrunners.
And here comes their support unit, which every year follows them along to make sure that everything is running properly. And they have a neat sign on the side of the trailer that says, "We ride so weak legs may walk."
Pretty nice. Looks like we have another 4-H group coming through, Ben.
Yes, we do. Dolan's Woodhauler, it says. This is the one from the Rolling Hills 4-H Club. And Rolling Hills, of course, is, I think it's probably town of St. Joseph. Is it
Yeah,
not?
I think you're right. The Dolans. Look like they're taking the group on their float.
I don't know that we have any information on
No.
who's riding on the float. We just
No.
assume that they are members of the Rolling Hills 4-H Club. Looks like they are handing out some materials, some pens, and some decorated dogs behind them.
Oh, I couldn't see those. With
Oh,
the
they're wearing
children
ruffled
standing in front of
collars
me.
around
oh,
their
my.
necks. And they seem
Okay.
to be very used to
What
parades. They're
kind
very-
of a bird is that?
a white bird.
Oh dear. That's interesting.
I don't know if that's a cockatoo or what.
I don't know.
3 dogs and a bird. Here we have Enhance, which is a wood product renewal company, and they will repair your cabinets or your cupboards. They say no dust, no mess, no odor.
And it's independently owned and operated in St. Joe's Township.
And the 4-wheeler following them is also part of Enhanced Wood Treatment. They're apparently located in St. Joe's Township,
Yep.
so they are a local company.
Yep.
And we have a unit here from Williamson Brothers Cleaning. The Williamson Brothers, of course, are from the Hudson area. Their parents, Dave and Gay Williamson, have been a long time involved in the community. And they do carpet and upholstery cleaning.
And what we have next coming through is Dean Knutson, and of course he's running for the Wisconsin State Assembly in the 30th District. And he's currently the mayor of Hudson.
Is he the 1-year term or is he a 2-year term mayor of Hudson? You remember?
I don't.
Now
I
that
wanna
you're a member
know.
of the city of Hudson, I would
know,
think
I know.
you'd
I should
know
know
who your
that. I
politicians
should
are,
know.
your leaders.
I know he's the mayor, but I don't know how long. But he's got a nice amount of people walking, handing out
And
things for him.
Mr. Knutson is coming by us right now.
Yep.
And he's
There he is.
smart enough to, when he's in North Hudson, he's wearing a necklace with
Yep.
peppers on it
Peppers, that's right. Right.
and doing lots of handshakes. That may be his mother behind him handing
Could
out
be.
the literature.
Could be. It's different this year not seeing Kitty Rhodes walking.
Yes, it is.
And she said that. So first I met her earlier and she said, you know what, she was with her husband Frank and she said, I didn't have any lawn chairs to bring today. And I said, what do you mean? You gave them to all your children? And she said, no, we've never had them. And I said, oh, that's right. It's because you're always walking in the parade. Never had to sit through a parade.
It'll be
So-
a very unique experience for her.
Yeah.
We have before us now the Lindy's soft water systems. And
Jethro owns that.
soft water makes life easier. They say a team national member. I'm not quite sure what that's a national
know.
member of.
Jethro Lund owns that company. Got a lot of water. He's probably selling a lot of water these days. What we have next here. Oh, this is
a learning unit.
our North Hudson.
Dive into learning, and it shows the principals on duty and the
Yep.
teachers are on duty.
And there's Dolph Schmidt, the principal, in the white T-shirt and funky looking.
Okay, so
Thank
North Hudson
you.
Elementary, thank you.
Thank you. He's got some water from some of the teachers. It's a lot of the staff there.
I'll bet they have been preparing fiercely the last couple of weeks to get ready for the new school year.
Oh yeah, everybody's
And a lot of parents are looking forward to the new school year.
sure are. Start September 1st. Teachers are coming back now.
And we have another commercial unit here, the Home Depot, which is also located up on the hill in Hudson. And they, of course, like to focus on helping you help yourself. So if you want to install windows, doors, roofing, gutters, whatever, they'll be happy to sell you the materials and tell you how to do it.
Okay, what we've got. I'm not sure if, I'm assuming this is the Bethel Lutheran Church, their choir group.
Gonna have a little music again,
Yeah,
which is always very enjoyable.
very nice.
Religious music, coming to Jesus.
And we've got a little wannabe princess leading the group. I like that kind of music at church. I really do.
That's good.
I do.
They are followed immediately by a group out of Minnesota called Spielmannzug, Minnesota, which is really a carnival association and somewhat related to clashing parades that I remember when I was in Frankfurt, Germany, 40-some years
Oh,
ago.
there you go.
So they are in typical Bavarian costume.
Said they've celebrated right in Las Vegas and Milwaukee, Chicago. They're all over. Can
Now
you
we
read
have-
out who it is that won
Yes.
the Prince and Princess this year? Can you read
No,
those
it's
names?
Prince Gerald and Princess Barbara.
Try the other stuff in
Oh,
front.
it's Sein Tolatat and Ihre Liebschnickkeit.
Oh,
That's a bit much.
yep.
I did study German and I did pass German for a master's degree, but I
Oh,
sure couldn't talk it.
whoa.
I can read a little bit of it and I can understand a little bit of it. And these are also part of that group, I would
Yes,
imagine.
they are. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Those all Bavarian costumes.
Now what we've got here, Spring Lake Park coming through. Their royalty. Now, boy, they've got a little bit of that Pepperfest colors and that going on. We've got their royalty is Alexis, Daniel, Preston, Lakeisha, Kaylee, Erica, Randy, Jasmine, and Journey.
There's a lot of people on that float, too.
Oh, I know. They're called Tower Days.
And their festival is coming up this next weekend, October,
you found-
August 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Oh, no, that's Star Prairie. Excuse me.
No, I sc-
Got the wrong one. Here we have
Spring-
another
that's Spring
commercial
Lake.
unit. Yep, we have Crumb Siding and Windows, advertising seamless steel siding. And
When-
they are says we'll go to any lengths to beautify your home.
Yeah, and then coming up is the Hudson Hospital and Clinic, Regions Hospital. And they've got their handing out big mitts. And they have staff from the Hudson Hospital that are walking by as well. Wow. And they've got one of their vans says, "Take me to Regions Hospital." Okay.
This is all part of the hospital
Yes, it
following
is.
behind them?
Yep.
Are these all the doctors so that there's nobody taking care of the business?
Well, I don't know that.
I'm
That
kidding.
would
I'm
be a
sure that
little
they're well
scary. No, this is the St. Paul bouncing team there.
Oh, okay.
They're
'cause
there.
I was going to start looking for my personal physician.
No. Uh-oh, they're going to bounce that girl.
Okay,
Ay,
see if she
ay,
doesn't
ay,
flip.
ay, ay.
See how high she gets. 3. Oh. We're announcing the
They
judging
are
will be
down
right
there.
there.
She did a
They
nice
did
job.
a nice split as they got her
Yes, she
probably, I
did.
guess, 10 to 12 feet in the air.
Oh, they're going to
They're
do
out
it
of
again.
St.
See,
Paul,
and-
and they performed during the Winter Carnival Parade
yes,
too.
yes.
There goes the young lady,
Even
jumps
during
up.
the Winter Carnival in the winter, Ben, during Winter Carnival season,
Yeah.
they do.
Looks like they've got 4 different girls
Yep.
that
Take
are
their
jumping
turns.
girls.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh!
She got right up there.
Yeah, she did.
They're going to go down before the judges
Yeah.
stand, and I think they will do another jump down there.
Well, another girl to get her chance down there.
Because we had a young blonde stop here and ask where the judges' parade stand was, so I suspect that she will be the jumper down there.
I think so. Next, we have one of our candidates that's sponsored by Mudge Porter Lundeen and Sequin, and it's Megan Rowe. And Megan's parents are Ann and Dave Rowe.
Yep, they're doing the bounce down the stand. And Megan is followed by another Queen candidate who is Mackenzie McGraw. Her parents are Denise and Dan McGraw, and she's sponsored by the Village Inn. And she is riding in a classic Corvette convertible. I see Mackenzie looking down saying, boy, I'm glad I'm here and not in that,
In that bouncing.
net that I'm being thrown in the air.
Oh, our Queen candidates look so lovely.
I have to say that Megan Rowe has a great suntan.
Yeah.
There's a woman here with her camera that stopped by some time ago and wanted to know where the Star Prairie Royalty was, or in the Oakdale. So you find parents all around here waiting to see their
I
unit come
know,
through
waiting
because
to
they
see
have
all
a
their
child or a
kids.
relative aboard.
Yes. And Star Prairie now, as you said, is coming up, and they're sponsored by the Star Prairie Lions Club. And their ox cart days are August, they say 20, 21, and 22 for Star Prairie. And they have Queen Sammy Kaiser, Princess Sawyer Imre, Anna Klein, and Brittany Severson.
I've noticed that on floats nowadays, they don't just wave. They're doing dances and action. And
Well, and you
And
know who started that?
no,
Pepperfest.
Pepperfest? All jazzed up in hot peppers, huh?
Yep.
That's a good workout.
Get to the club in my taxi cab. Everybody's looking at me now.
And we are going to get a little more music. Right behind them comes
Too
the
bad they all come at the same time.
Hudson High School Marching Band.
Yes.
This is a large unit, and we are very pleased to have them. It's very difficult to get bands at this time of the year because we're not back in school yet.
Right.
And I should note that ahead of them, we do have a commercial unit here from Rasmussen College. It's a local business college in the Twin City area.
Right. Oh, there's little Team Rasmussen.
Number 110. That's about the number of times Brett Favre's retired, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about him. He makes me so.
Oh, don't get sensitive about that.
Goofy.
Poor old Brett. He just can't make
Poor
up
old
his
Brett.
mind.
That's right. That's right. And they think women can't make up their minds. Ha ha ha.
We should mention that there are some groups here that have supported the Pepper Festival. They are A&J Engraving, Waste Management, DeBruzzi's Italian Market, Riverbank and North Hudson, Environmental Landscape, Dick's Bar and Grill, the Hudson School District, Village of North Hudson, the North Hudson Park and Rec, Hudson Chamber of Commerce, North Hudson Police Department, Hudson Star Observer, Muds and Suds, North Hudson Elementary, Hudson Fire Department, Jim and Sarah Dixon and family, Carlin Enterprises, Hudson Physicians. We'll cover the rest of them in a few
Yep,
minutes.
that's for the first half.
We'll let you listen to the North Hudson Band and watch. So we see the flag girls preceding the band.
Yep. Yeah.
And here is a unit from the lovely establishment that is providing us our space this morning and our water. Seasons Tavern, located immediately behind us, right on the main street of North Hudson, voted the best walleye. They serve a wonderful walleye here.
It's true. Best walleye. It's very, very good. That's the owner, right, driving the Jeep.
Yep. That's kind of their feature item,
Yeah.
although they have very good food other
Yes,
than walleye.
Yes. That's very true. Up, handing out goldfish.
And we're followed by the Woodville, Minnesota, or Woodville, Wisconsin float, Sitting to My, which is, I believe, the first festival in the area. And they have as Queen Laura Kerr, Samantha Albretson is a princess, as is Brandy Ecole, Kelsey Lyon, and Maggie Gadboys.
They've got everybody's buying the Pepperfest scarves.
I see all of those
royalty.
oars moving, but I don't see any arms up above moving them.
What do we have?
Cambridge,
Yeah.
Cambridge, Minnesota.
I have to wait till they get a little closer here so I can read who their royalty is. And they call their royalty ambassadors. And it's Rachel Cull, Kayla Yund, and Kayla Wickland, and Little Miss Cambridge is Alicia Nelson. They have two Kaylas, only one spelled with a K and one with a C.
Just no end of variety.
Oh,
Rotary. The
Rotary
Rotary is
raffle.
here selling a vehicle, or selling tickets to buy, not if I
Yeah.
should say to win this vehicle. So here's your opportunity to buy a ticket, support the local Rotary, and maybe win yourself a lovely vehicle. Is this a Mustang, a Ford Mustang?
Yes, we did last year. We bought tickets.
I bought tickets in the past too.
Yeah, and we were the big L.
Yep. I'm afraid that we shared that honor with you.
Yep.
And my wife is buying tickets from her brother for years and years for Harley Davidsons. I don't have a Harley Davidson either.
Well, we do. So, you could keep buying and win it, and then,
I'm not
Give
sure
it
that I want to
away.
learn how to ride a Harley anymore. 62.
Gosh, out of
120.
120. Halfway.
Well, let me finish here with the supporters of the
Yes.
Pepperfest, and it would be Zappa Brothers, XL Energy, RPG, Dave Holt Ford, which is now Hudson Ford, Cozy Corner, Mama Maria's Restaurante, Hudson Public Safety, Hudson EMS, Twin Cities Producers, the Hudson Channel 15, Bill's Distributing, County Market, Screen Pro, St. Croix Sheriff's Department, Village Inn, RJ's Meats, Family Fresh, and Burnix.
Okay, and let you take the next one there. With Freedom Valley Center. Got
Freedom
that-
Value Center, which is, of course,
Yeah,
is from
part of-
one of the Erickson family enterprises. Been in the community for a long time, and we have a value center in North Hudson.
Yes, we do. Giving out candy. The kids are loving it. And what else? Then we have Faith Community Church Latte. Now, I'm not,
They show themselves as the big reveal.
I was going to say, not quite sure what that's all about.
And here's a very interesting group coming up, the Twin City Unicycle Club, and a lot of unicycle riders behind them. So we've got some down low and some very high.
How do they get on those? They get on ladders to get on them?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I'd also worry about how do you get off.
Yeah, that one's pushing a stroller on the little low one. She's getting her exercise at the same time. Legs and arms push and pedal.
Some of the ones that are coming down the street must be, I would guess, 10 to 12 feet high.
Yeah, I don't know.
So here come the low riders, this group of guys out front. 4 of them in the front.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's from Faith Community
There's
Church.
some fathers here that are participating. Young girls up way high.
How do they do that? Oh,
You gotta have great
boy.
balance.
And then they hang on to somebody else's hand. And whoa.
Stop and dance around.
Whoa.
We're getting a lot of appreciation from the crowd here.
Well, how nice the way they're performing. That's great.
Yes.
That's
And
wonderful.
they did a little bow before
Yes.
they're taking off again now.
Yeah.
They are really entertaining.
Aye, aye, aye.
And they're not quite done. There are some behind us that are doing tricks. They are spinning as they jump in the air.
Oh,
So these are the bouncing unicycles.
yes.
Oh my, he's going, not using the pedals, he's using his feet to turn the wheel.
And that's pretty
Boy,
talented.
you can do a lot of stuff
Whoa.
with the unicycle.
Oh, he's laying down. Does that mean something's wrong? Oh no, he's going to jump over him.
Here we go.
Oh no.
A death-defying and suicide trick.
Oh. Oh.
And he's ready to grab. Up.
Oh.
Anyway, we'll cheer for that.
Wow. They're crazy.
Wow, interesting group. All the things they can do.
How fun.
And they are out of the Twin Cities. They must
Oh,
have carried a
yeah.
lot of parades because they're very entertaining.
That's great.
Here we have the Egan Ambassadors
Oh,
from Egan, Minnesota.
yes.
Their queen is Miss Egan Brittany Dyshaw, and princess is Cassandra Giles. Very fast-growing community on the south side of the Twin City area.
That's a big
Down off of
growing,
Highway
growing
35.
area, yeah. What we have coming now is the YMCA, St. Croix Valley YMCA, which has grown.
I see they are squirting water. Gosh, I hope we don't need any water today.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Please spare the cameras. Spare the
Not at
cameras.
The cameras. Oh, they just got scolded. They don't want them spraying.
Oh, and they're advertising log rolling.
Oh.
They have a new session beginning September 14th.
Oh, wonder where they do that.
I don't know, but they have a fundraiser going on today because my wife is swimming a mile in Perch Lake as part of a fundraiser.
Oh, the good old Kaposia days from South St. Paul. We have Miss South St. Paul, Erica Running, Princess Galen Graff, and Laura Wiederick.
And they are followed by
Kaposia
our
Day.
neighbors immediately to the south, the
Yeah.
Hudson Parade Festival, the Steamboat Float, which
Yeah.
we've seen for many years, beautiful float, the Hudson Bell too.
The Hudson Royalty.
And they're also dancing up a storm. And we have 2010 Miss Hudson, who is Amanda Beyer, Princess Alexa Harris, Princess Caitlin Wallace, and Princess Victoria Van Antwerp.
Yep.
Nice to have them again in our festival.
Yes, it is. Next, we have the North Branch Midsummer Ambassadors. Laura Backus, Nichelle Nelson, Mackenzie Anderson, and Miss Congeniality is Deandra Gustafson. First I was going to say Mitchell, but it's Nichelle. Oh, they're in bright colors.
Well, we have a interesting looking float approaching from Baldwin. Baldwin Junebug Days, and I'm assuming that that's a friendly June bug with the 4 arms.
Isn't that cute? They've redone their float. A couple of years ago they did that, and it really turned out nice.
Yes, it is very nice. So it's Baldwin Woodville, sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. Junebug Days, of course, was held on June 9th to the 12th, one of the earlier festivals in the area. Miss Baldwin is Kylie Hulo. First princess is Tori Kingler. Second princess is Tiana Ferrick. Third princess is Zaina Ark. Fourth princess, Gabby Liston. And Miss Congeniality is also
That's-
Gabby Liston.
And to all of the folks out there, we're sorry if we're slaughtering names. It's not intentional.
Yeah, we're missing a few items in our parade lineup, and we showed about 122
I know.
units. Yeah, with the missing ones, we probably close to 140.
I don't know. Yeah, we really.
So, of course, immediately after the parade, everyone's welcome to go to the parade grounds for the food and for the entertainment. Bring your button and come on and enjoy the festival.
Now next coming is a float that has is advertising the Hudson Lions garage sale, which is September 10th through and 11th, and they have lots of stuff. So it's a community garage sale. Look at it, it's cute. Their float, they've got some clothes and things hanging on there.
And they are followed by a rather quiet musical group referred to as the Ape Accordion Pranksters Enterprises.
The ape
Ape, A-P-E.
for the apes.
Looks like a gorilla to me. What's the difference between a gorilla and an
I
ape?
don't know. I don't know. We'll probably have to look that up.
Gorillas are from Africa, I think. I don't know if apes are from somewhere else.
I don't know. They're both from the same family, aren't they?
Cindy, that's a research item for you for next year.
Okay, fine. Now we've got our Winter Carnival.
I'll also want to know how you distinguish from one to the other.
Our Winter Carnival royalty, St. Paul Winter Carnival royalty coming through.
Probably
And
for about the next 6 or 7 floats.
lots of them. And we've got our King Boreax Rex 74 is Art Blakely Jr. and Gretchen Spire is the Queen of the Snows.
Should we try to catch them off the names on the cars?
Well, Ken, if you can do it. I've
Let's do
already
that.
done Queen and King. I've done them already.
Very
so
good.
You can start out with the other ones. Great group.
Okay.
Great group of people. I've gotten to know some of them because of Nathan being you know how the Pepperfest is so connected with the Winter Carnival. So that's been nice.
I think they send all of their royalty here as well as their Vulcan crew.
They love it. Pepperfest, they have it on their calendars right away, know when it is because they won't miss it.
Well, here we have the North Wind, who is Troy Natus, the East Wind Princess, Abby Will, and the North Wind Princess, Sarah Steigoff. Thank you. A Kingsguard handing us a little popsicle here.
Whoa. Then what do we have? The West Wind here. Kelly Westwind is the princess, and Dave Greep is the West Wind. And there are the royal house of West Wind.
Dave Greep gets to shoot the pistol.
First of all, that guy just said on there, he just said, is anybody Italian? That guy said that.
Now look at all the Italians we have.
There, because he said it right.
Well, he's saying he is, and he's not as cute as some of the other ladies. Okay, any Italians? Anybody?
Right here. Got one right here.
Oh, we got some over there.
We got one right here. Full blood. Full blood. Full blood.
There's Italian.
A full-blooded.
I think I'm going to visit the judge. He ranks all of you.
Great. That's all the South
Let's
Wind.
do the YMCA, everybody. Get up and do the YMCA.
I'm one of the full-blooded Italians from North Hudson.
Here we have South Wind, Nicole Turner, and Tim Felton, the South Wind.
Okay, sure.
Ole! 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 Ooh la la!
Yes, my co-announcer's getting recognized for being Italian. Italian.
Italian. Yeah.
I didn't get reprimanded right away.
It's always fun. Always fun. Just what I needed. I have 2 more of these at home.
Very nice.
Yes, they are. Okay, what do we've got? All their Princess of Snows coming.
We've got the
through.
King Frost with Nick Leach and Queen of the Snowflakes, Jenna Maslowski. Also the Prince of Ice, Vaughn Prosser, and Katie Hendrickson, the Princess of Ice. The Prince of Snow is Travis Shogun, and the Princess of Snow is Christina Abbas.
Okay, we got Dave Anderson.
Yeah, we've got the Hudson Pet Hospital and Eric Hawksford right behind.
Look what we've got. Vulcanus Rex, Dave Anderson from North Hudson here.
Okay,
Okay, Dave.
waving the big sword.
There he is with his crew. Here he comes, man.
He's very safe. You're not threatening us, are you?
I just said that.
When I get 20 years younger.
There's all the Vulcan crew and their families. They still all ride along.
This is the 1934 Laverne truck.
Yep.
I believe I talked to Gary Hyder, was one of the former King Boreas Rex.
Right.
And
no,
they,
no, he was one of the Vulcans.
oh, he was Boreas Rex.
Oh, and Boreas Rex, yes, yes. F2000, yes.
I believe they got this fire truck donated and spent thousands of dollars refurbishing it.
Well, I think they had more than one, though, too.
Oh, I'm sure they had,
Yeah.
yes.
But you're right, Gary was of 2000, but I know he started out as a Vulcan, I guess.
I think so.
So they just keep doing it.
Here we have the New Germany Fire Department.
That's still some of the Winter Carnival old crew.
I was wondering because it must be New Germany, Minnesota.
Yeah, that's some. I recognize some of the people. Yeah, see, they're the old Vulcans are coming up now. They are. Hail the Vault.
Hey, how's everybody here?
Doing.
We're doing just very well, thank you.
Sir, ma'am.
Hello, good seeing you.
I already give you peppers, but you guys already got more peppers than you know what to do with.
Wonderful.
There's our crew bus.
Thank you. We're just kind of going to start looking like a little statue here with stuff hanging from it.
Well, this is the 2010 Vulcan crew that we've had coming through,
Yes.
handing out buttons, marking up a few faces, recognizing lots of folks along the way. And I see one still trailing behind, coming down the street
yeah,
now.
I was gonna say he's coming behind all right.
And we have Air Serv of West Central Wisconsin passing before us right now. The Comfort Company, it's locally owned.
Thank you. Oh, what do we have? Some karate.
The karate group.
Karate, the USA Karate Martial Arts Academy, here located here in Hudson.
They are in Hudson, and they're putting on some stunts as they come down the street and handing out some literature about their programs. They've been active in the community now for about 6 years, and in the metro area for 35 years. And they have classes available 6 days a week.
Did you see that? They're trained students ages starting at 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of discipline.
Well, and we should note that this is not just an activity by boys. There's a lot of girls taking part in karate. Big emphasis these days on self-defense, and karate is certainly one of the means to achieve that.
Yeah, you've got a variety of ages walking there.
That young girl is carrying something that looked like tomahawks.
Yes.
Or some sort of a hatchet. Putting in a little demonstration for the crowd. Their master led them in some kicks and jumps. There's a couple of young, tired karate masters in a wheelchair, strollers.
They're the
Being
ones
pushed by mom and
sleeping.
pop.
And they're the ones just sleeping through this whole thing. Wow. What do we got coming up next here? Looks like it's Citizen State Bank. They're giving out candy, so the kids will like that.
I'm looking through some of the old events from past years, and I noticed the 2008 we had the Budweiser Clydesdales. That was a very impressive unit to be able to
Wasn't that
have up
nice? Yeah.
there. In 2007, I think
Yeah.
we did not announce a parade because we had rain that year and decided to spare the cameras.
Was that in 2007? It just seems so long ago to me.
And the King's Pepper vanished mysteriously from the yard back in 2006. We had some pranksters back then. I remember back in 1994 when we had superb promotion, and KAR-TV and WCCO covered it, and they ran out of food. They say they almost ran out. I think they actually did run out early that evening.
Yeah, I think they did too. What do we have? The Wisconsin Credit Union coming through right now as well.
And we have Craig Hoffland in the yellow convertible sponsoring Nicole Buchler. Nicole won a $1,000 scholarship for the 4th annual Safe Teen Driving Essay Contest. And she is going to be a senior this year at Hudson High School and planning on college either at University of Wisconsin in Madison or the University of Texas in Austin, Texas.
Now we have another one. Well, coming to our last two candidates, Haley Bazard, and she's sponsored by Bardell Dental, and her parents are Sue and Don Bazard.
And following Haley and the green Jeep, we have Bridget Case. Bridget Case's parents are Joy and Colin Case, and she's sponsored by Agave Kitchen.
Yeah, that ends the 9 candidates
That is
for up for the new Pepperfest royalty. Whoa, Agave Kitchen. These are, if we can't have school bands, we've got a lot of other bands going on.
They must have drafted these out of a school band, though. They're wearing their uniforms yet.
That isn't our uniform. No, that's not Hudson's uniform. Oh, fun. I love anything with a saxophone in it.
It's different, this unit, because they have a trombone and a saxophone.
Yes.
They're making a lot of music.
They're good.
Agave Kitchen, of course, used to be located up in North Hudson
Right.
when I believe it was,
Paul and Suzanne.
but it was called something else.
He had senior moment.
It was something with a Mexican theme yet.
Yes, yes. I don't know, Ben.
I'm losing it. Here we have the Oakdale Public Works pulling the Oakdale Summerfest float. And we have a lot of people on here. We have Oakdale
Oh.
Princess Angelica,
Oh my goodness, look at all
Holly,
their glasses.
Rihanna, Emily, Aurora, Mia, Destiny, and the Princess Madison.
Too bad we can't see all their pretty eyes.
Yeah, good old
It-
Summerfest,
yeah.
Oakdale, on June 23rd to the 27th. That was a float that the mother or some relative was asking numerous times.
That's right. If when we knew
When
they'd
do they
come
see him?
through.
And I think she started asking back
I
about
know.
float number 10 and found out that it was at 85.
Now we have the Inver Grove royalty, Inver Grove Princess 2009 Courtney Affelbacher, and the Miss Inver Grove Heights 2009 Megan Lowe's.
And they also provide, they're planning on Queen Megan going to Willie Mitchell, seek a paralegal degree, and Courtney to Minnesota Mankato.
Okay.
Cheese Days, Clayton Cheese Days. Clayton is supposed to be the blue cheese capital of Wisconsin.
Blue cheese?
Blue cheese capital of Wisconsin.
really?
So I have been told by a friend who was
I didn't
born
know
and
that.
raised there.
Didn't know that. I just figured cheese was cheese,
Miss
not any
Clayton
specific
is-
cheese.
Nicole Kane, First Princess Megan Preetz, Second Princess Emil Hines, Little Miss Clayton Emily Snyder, First Princess Isabel Magnuson, and Sarah Coomer is the second Little Princess.
Then we've got Fantastic Sam's. They've got a truck with a mount of their hairstylists. They call them they're the hairstylists of the Pepper Fest Queen candidates.
Very
They
nice
did
of
their
them.
hair. How nice is that?
Yes.
Very nice idea.
And while our parade lineup shows that the Cracker Jacks are next, that's not true because the Cracker Jacks appeared very early in the parade.
I know. Maybe their lines got so crazy they just stuck themselves wherever. What do you think?
I think that they probably had another commitment and decided to jump in early so they could meet
That
their
could
other
be,
commitment.
there's a lot of other things going on. Yeah. So we have the Oral Surgery Center. And I don't have any information to say more
No, we don't.
about that group, unfortunately.
What we have is a big walking tooth.
Yeah. But they're giving candy away again. Kids are loving it.
Yep, that'll make up for a
I
lot.
was going to say oral surgery, giving candy away. What does that mean?
Means you're building business, especially if it's taffy.
I'm going to say, I'm not used to a dentist giving out candy.
Well, they always claim that soda pop is even worse than
That's worse.
candy.
Yes, yes. That's right.
Anyway, kids, brush your teeth and you won't
right.
have to go to oral surgery.
Brush and floss. Isn't that what we all hear?
That is
Brush
true.
and floss.
Supposedly Jerry Seinfeld was famous for that.
Brush and floss.
Carried a toothbrush and floss with him and wherever he went.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
We have another community float coming down the street, and this is the one from City of Anoka, which celebrates the Halloween festival. And Anoka is celebrating its 90th year of Halloween, and they kick it off with a high school football game, which is appropriate since it's a fall festival. And they have also a pumpkin bowl, 3 parades, wine tasting, and costume contest. We have here the royalty. And the royalty for this year
So, Aaron,
is Chelsea Tulipon as ambassador, Amanda Funder, and Aaron Hilliard.
that festival is interesting when they were talking when the Pepperfest went because of the light up night. And they had to decorate the Pepperfest float, and you had to put tons of lights and theme it. It was, I think they did well in that
Oh,
one.
they have a night parade?
Yes, they do. What do we have here?
West St. Paul.
And West St. Paul Princess is Tracy Wenda, Shelby Edmondson, and the junior West St. Paul Miss is Amelia Smith, and the other little one is Nakia McLaren. They've got a pepper. See, they've got their pepper on the side on
Yes.
that one.
No, I don't know if they've been in the parade before. That's a new float, not for me.
Yeah, it looks
And
like
we have the
it.
Red Wing royalty, and Red Wing, of course, has been here before.
Oh,
Their
they're good old flowers.
slogan on the side of the float said, "Let us take you under our wing."
Boy, that's a lovely float. And you know, when you go to Red Wing, you see all those pots hanging.
Yep, they have
from-
wonderful
oh,
flowers.
their flowers are beautiful. I
I'm
always
hoping that on the back of the float, Cindy, that they have the names of the royalty because
do
we do
too.
not have them in our handout.
Oh, no, they didn't give us names. They just told us to come join their festival.
Yeah,
And
so
you know what? They don't.
I'm afraid that a lovely float and lovely young ladies, but we can't tell you who they are.
I wonder what that's all about. Yeah. So now we've got Miss Glenwood City and her court. We have Miss Glenwood City is Sarah Jeske and Princess is Mary Grace and April Ludke. And the theme this year is Blooming with History. Their celebration is held September 8th through the 12th. And their parade, though, is on the 12th. They have theirs the last day, so. Yes.
Well, thank you for giving me an opportunity to take a drink of water.
Yeah.
Liquefy the pipes for the village of Balsam Lake.
Uh-huh.
And the village of Balsam Lake has Queen Caitlin McKinnon, Princess Natasha Quadrer, and Junior Miss Brianna Peterson and Leslie Peterson. Wonder if they're sisters.
I wonder.
Probably cousins.
Could be. Oh, and their festivals over the 4th of July, July 1, 2, and 3 of next year.
Okay.
Oh. What we've got going here, Ben?
Commercial unit for the Hudson Bowling Center.
Ah,
And they're advertising their junior league. I'm not sure if that's going on right now, upcoming. But the bowling center, of course, up in Plaza 94, long time business up there and a very active league bowling season.
The Village of Milltown sent. This must be new. Is this new
I
for
think
us?
so.
We've got Miss Milltown is Brandy Larson, and we have a Princess Brianne Thayer, and I think there's another one, but where her name's on the other side of the top.
I think those are the same names.
You think?
they have
'Cause-
two-
oh, there's
only
is only
two
two
people.
there. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
And now we have the Minnesota Ovarian Cancer Alliance. Oh, excuse me, they do not. We
No.
have first a commercial unit, Home Media Innovation.
Yeah.
We do have the Cancer Society coming up later.
They must be coming through later. Pepper glasses on the next royalty, the Rice Street Festival Group. We have Ashley Galloway, another Ashley, only spelled differently, Hayes, and Crystal Igbo Agbauna. And they are the Rice Street Festival royalty.
And they say they celebrated a century at the end of July, so that's an old community.
Wow.
Here we have the Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Gang. And they just celebrated their anniversary, or their festival also in July 8th to the 11th. And they won in 2008 the best professional float, so they've been in this business a long time.
Oh,
We
really?
have Miss Robbinsdale, Madison Jardy, Princesses Catalina Jenkins and Kristen Meltzer, Junior Ambassadors Caitlin Marie Segla and Lauren Rahier.
Now this obviously, this looks like, this is the Phipps Center of the Arts, and there are people walking are the cast members from the productions of the Phipps Center, as well as cast members from the Hollow and the Big Bad Musical, which will be performed in September. And people should try and get to the Phipps to see these performances. They do a great job.
I noticed they have a couple of upcoming productions in Augusta Christie's The Hollow, coming up September 8th or 10th to the 26th. And the Children's Theater will present the Big Bad Musical on September 30th to October 3rd.
Now we have the 2011, the Aquatennial Queen of the Lakes, Alyssa Hips, Senior Vice Commodore Jim Graham, and Senior Queen Cindy Stanley.
Did you notice
Or
Mr.
Shanley.
Graham doing the wave? as
Yeah,
we
the
went
wave.
through?
The water wave.
And then we have a commercial float, the Geek Squad from Best Buy in Oakdale. And they've been in service since 2005, and they have a lot of community support activities.
Have you ever had to have the Geek Squad?
I have had my PC in to Best Buy to be serviced by the Geek Squad. I have not had one of the Volkswagens come out to see me,
To the house to see ya.
make a house call.
No.
However, my PC is a little sick right now. I could probably use a house call.
Yeah. Well, we have another break here, so maybe you
Yep.
want to.
A little slow before we have another political candidate.
What else we got going
Well,
here?
we got a little history that the Pepperfest came back to life back, I think, in 1964, when it became part of a fundraising event for a elementary school, the one-day event. Quickly grew into a three-day event and has been one of the key traditions of the community now for the past 30 years. Very active.
Yep.
I
Okay.
guess it's more like 40 years, isn't it? 40 to 50 years.
Oh, yeah.
Here we have Mr. Kapanke for Congress. I believe he is running for the 3rd Congressional District, currently held by Congressman Ron Kind.
It's a nice old car.
I don't know if Mr. Kapanke is walking in the parade,
I
but
think.
I'm sure he's much younger than the car. Here we have some more royalty. I believe these are probably the Miss White Bear Lake International and
Yes,
the
you're right. It is.
2010 Midwestern Star Queen. And Amanda Mathis is the 2011 White Bear Lake International, and Melissa Thorud is the 2010 Midwestern Star Queen.
We've got the, oh, look at the Brooklyn Park Tater Days. Look at that. The Brooklyn Park Tater Days is a festival where residents pay homage to the humble potato.
I love it.
Oh my.
You notice they also have a tater mash dance. Is that something like doing the potato in the old days?
Oh, that's cute. Look at that big.
There's a lot of action on this one also.
A lot of royalty, ambassadors, former ambassadors.
A lot of ambassadors.
It's a little hard to go through all. They don't have the names on here because they just say ambassador.
No, but we should note that the early settlers in Brooklyn Park apparently discovered potatoes flourishing in the flat, sandy soils. So during the Great Depression and through urbanization and drought, they continue to be known as the Tater Days community.
Tater Days. That's good. Next on our lineup is Clear Lake, and that's the Clear Lake Community Club Heritage Days, and their queen is Shannon Lelandowski, with princesses Madeline Smith, Amber Miner, and Michelle Solwood. And then they have junior royalty Vivian Tulgren and Mackenzie Ward.
And they're followed by another unit that is showing a lot of the Pepperfest spirit, because they have peppers hanging from the float, and they've got the green, white, and the red that signifies the colors on the Italian flag.
Yep. St. Louis Park.
The St. Louis Parks Parkatacular ambassadors, and we have a junior assistant, Annalicia, a
This one
junior
right here.
ambassador,
See if you can
Kaylama, junior ambassador DeMarco,
Yep.
senior ambassador Jim, senior ambassador Dee, ambassador Athena, and ambassador Jackie.
Whoa, I like their music, Ben.
They are
Oh.
very Pepperfest theme.
Yep. Oh, they switched out on their music. Look at that float shape.
Yeah. Got a great suspension on it.
Whoa.
Clap your hands and,
And that
do
girl's
the
got
dance.
her leg in a brace. She, the queen candidate.
Now, here's a new business I'm not familiar
Oh,
with.
no.
Cartridge World, very colorful. The
Cartridge.
blue, red, and or excuse me,
Oh.
the blue, the green, and the yellow.
You're thinking Italian colors
I'm thinking
there.
Italian colors. Still got it on my mind.
Yes.
They apparently are a new business in Hudson, and they recycle cartridges, I believe, for your
Yeah.
printers.
Yeah.
They're
Dedicated
located
to-
up in Hudson, next to the Buffalo Wild Wings. So Buffalo Wild Wings is getting a little publicity mention
They
here
sure are.
for being located next to Cartridge World.
It says it handles every major brand of printer cartridge for home, business, education. The HPs, Canon, Lexmark, Dell, and more. Well, that's nice to know.
It's a good service to have in the
Yeah.
community.
See, we're sitting here, and we may not have known it.
No. And I have an HP that uses lots of
Oh,
cartridges, so
I
maybe I should
know.
become more familiar with them.
That's right.
It's neat because it's got a float being pulled by a car that's covered. We don't see a whole lot of those.
Oh, that's the Durand float.
Mm-hmm.
And Durand's festivals held the second weekend after Memorial Day, and Miss Durand of 2010 is Ashley Cumrow, and her court is Samantha Bauer and Lindsay Hayden. Just got that wave down. Ooh la la, they're blowing
Purple
out
and
kisses.
white and
then we
silver.
got a little guy there. I didn't even see him, Chase Hayes, and there's a little girl, Victoria, little juniors.
He gets to wear the crown.
Yes.
Here we have another community group called Lifestyle Management Systems, and the short name for that is Life 5. And they advertise that the 5 areas of life are nutrition, exercise, emotional well-being, financial stability, and faith. Hard to argue with any of those. Here's a young lady working out, sitting in a yellow Corvette.
I was going to say, how nice does that look? And here she's working those biceps.
And who is this? This is the grand opening. It's going to be the Total Lifestyle Management System Fitness Center. They're still part of the last unit that I mentioned, the Lifestyle
Yes.
5.
Doesn't say where it's located, does it?
No. But I'm sure if you look on the internet, you can probably find them, or they may be in the phone book.
Did you realize that from the break of Pepperfest stopped in 59 and didn't start again till 74?
Was it 74?
Yes, I see that. That
that's a long break.
It returned. I remember when it quit. 'Cause that would have been, I remember those years because we were, not able to participate in any of the floats or candidates, quite a few of us cousins that were all the same age that would have been able to participate.
And you had no
Queens.
festival to get into.
No. And I remember I don't know exactly why, but it was so exciting when it returned anyway. And it was held right here at the old Sam's parking lot
Well,
when
this
it was
is,
Sam's.
we're glad
Now
it's
what
back.
you got?
Here we have Matt Borup. He's running for the Assembly. He's a Democratic candidate for the 30th District, State Assembly, Wisconsin State Assembly.
Yep.
He has a lot of workers walking behind him, handing out materials.
It's like we said, it's all the things that Kitty Rhodes doesn't miss anymore.
You think maybe Kitty had a stockpile of those and she sold them to the next candidate?
I don't know. Yikes. Okay, we've got next St. Croix Falls royalty coming through.
You're welcome.
Those are probably melted. The St. Croix royalty, Miss St. Croix Falls is Anna Hoffler, Queen Jacobs, Barbara Swenson, and Alexis Erickson is Miss Congeniality.
And they are followed by the St. Croix County Fair group from Glenwood City. And we have the fairest of the fair, Hannah Ness, and the junior fairest of the fair, which is Riley Hammer and Kelsey Narrock. Got a little break here again before we have the next dancing float.
Yeah, it'll be coming through here. Did you make it
Is that-
down last night here, Ben?
I did not. I was
don't think I
golfing and
asked
didn't
you
get
that.
down till late.
Ah,
The is this usual for all the queens to have different color dresses?
some of
For all
them
the
are.
royalty?
Some of them are starting to do that.
I was kind of thinking they all had the same
Yeah.
theme, same color.
So this is the Hammond Heartland Days court. Got a. Oh, they're doing the Macarena. You know how to do the Macarena?
Only in my mind.
We've got.
Cindy, I have size 16 feet. I spare anybody, including myself, from dancing.
Oh, well, we have Miss Hammond, Emily Jo Talapa, Princess Paige Ward, Rachel Gullick, and Miss Congeniality is Shelby Tomley.
And they are followed by Valley Orthodontics,
Ah,
another important dental group, and followed by the Tooth Fairy. Believe it or not.
Oh, isn't that cute?
Yes, it is.
Oh, and handing out more candy. They're balloon gonna make it past the signage up there? Yep.
I don't know, but I'm sure that this is going to reinforce a lot of kids' belief in the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
So Dr. Becker Maher is with
Oh, they're
Valley
loving it.
Orthodontics.
It's cute. Whoa, what do we got going here now?
Someone's done the boom business in
Whoa.
inflatable peppers, haven't they?
I know it. This is the Kirsten Walker Agency of American Family Insurance, and it's located in the Opera House building.
Downtown Hudson, right on Main Street.
Yeah.
And
Oh
here we
my
have-
goodness!
Look
Look
this
at all
parade
the
of
for
Chrysler
insurance.
300s. Chrysler 300s, one
I
after
love it.
another. All much
All
newer
for-
than mine, I should
Yeah, I'm sure. It's pretty interesting the way it's. They've probably insured them all. What do you
Who's
think?
sponsoring these? Are these all
I'm
sponsored
sure
by
American Family Insurance.
Wow.
What a neat idea.
Well, it's also a pretty good advertisement for
Yes,
Chrysler Corporation.
yes. Oh, are they gorgeous or what?
That is quite a collection. I
What
see a
A
large
good
number of these have
idea.
Minnesota plates.
Yeah, they do. Because I don't see anything that says we got a car club coming through here, do you?
I do not either.
Oh, yeah.
The Twin City. the Twin
CMC,
City- CMC must be Chrysler Corporation.
Chrysler.
Chrysler Motor Corporation.
Oh, we apologize. That is totally separate from the American Family Insurance.
And I have never seen this unit before either.
This is
Anywhere.
brand new, but boy, it sure made, I mean, I don't think we were all way out of line because it made sense after an insurance company coming through.
If I can run home real quick, I can get my old 300 and
I
throw it in
think,
behind
and
here.
going back of them.
My old 300, 246,000 miles.
Oh, and it's still running.
Still running.
It's a nice looking vehicle, though.
Runs
It's
great.
a nice looking car. Well, how fun was that?
It was very interesting.
Well, now we know next year if they do that again. You're right. When you said Minnesota, they are all Minnesota plates.
This is a float that's dear to my heart coming through. It's not actually a float, it's tractors. And I see the one of the gentlemen up there is doing a little turnaround with his tractor. These are Farmall tractors. Roger Pavlis is the person that's responsible for these. He currently has 7 Farmall tractors and a John Deere. No John Deere here, but I remember as a farm boy that I drove a Farmall on a number of
I was
occasions.
going to say, this probably brings fond memories back to you.
Yep. Interesting, he's got the pulley spinning on this one. I remember
Yeah.
a Farmall tractor with a pulley driving the silo blower. The little Farmall B, I remember Farmall A.
Whoa.
Got narrow front end so they can turn very sharply.
Oh. Boy, we got.
I wonder, is this the guy that has all the farm tractors lined up as you go out towards New Richmond and County Road A?
Oh, could be right. Well, yeah, it does. It very well could be. Unfortunately, it doesn't say where he's located. What do we have? Joe
little-
Bob Small Engine Repair.
Yeah, this is not the sort of vehicle that you normally have in your driveway.
Oh,
It's a military vehicle. I think back in the old days, we used to call them a deuce and a half, 2.5 ton truck. They have seating in it so that you can put a combat troop in there.
it's too bad. Now there's another one. I wish they would put their location so we could do a little free advertising for them. You know,
Well,
I
he
have no idea where.
apparently repairs snow blowers, chainsaws, lawnmowers, generators, and trimmers, and it's a local business
Yeah.
because it's a 715 area code.
No, it's 781.
No, but
Oh,
715 is area code.
715. What's it? But now we have so many other new numbers. It could be just a Hudson number. Oh, just
I believe this is a Republican float. And it's advertising all the candidates that they have for the legislature,
yep,
state and local legislature,
Yep.
and
reminding us
national
to vote
legislature.
in the primary September 20 or
That's
September
the
14th.
important thing. That's the important thing. Vote.
Yeah.
It's Kind of what sets this country apart from a lot of countries is we have a peaceful exchange of leadership with through a vote.
Yeah, that's nicely done. Then we have the Nelson and Lindquist law firm coming up in their car. They got a little surfing going on as their theme.
We're going to get the same band coming through again. These guys like entertaining. But first, I got to mention behind
Right.
the float from Nelson Lindquist is Mike and his 25-year-old mare Virginia. That's a lot of years on a horse. And he's been reenacting the Civil War
Right,
for
George,
19
yeah.
years, currently portraying a trooper from the 4th Wisconsin Cavalry. And Company G of this regiment was raised in Hudson, Wisconsin. 4th Cavalry was the only regiment from the state to begin the war as infantry and finish as cavalry. And it was also the last regiment from the state to muster out of service on May 28, 1866 at Brownville, Texas.
I'm a little confused why these people are coming through again.
Time to be in that number.
He's singing. The driver's singing.
It's in New Orleans again. The Saints come marching in.
I'm
Fun
thinking
again?
once
Yeah.
Zappa Brothers come, they have to be coming through any time. That's it. There comes our North Hudson Pepperfest board members.
It
Even-
looks like
there's
we are
the
at the
end. There's
end
no.
of the parade.
It's
We have
it.
concluded.
Yes.
Cindy, thank you very much. Thank
Oh,
you for
Ben.
Channel 15. Thank you for Seasons Tavern. It's been our
Yes.
great pleasure to be with you for the 2010 Pepperfest Parade.
Yes. Thank everyone.
Are we a cut?
Have a safe